make of this?
There is, well, with Justin Trudeau, there is nothing that man will not do, really, isn't there? But he never got over being outed as having taken part in a blackface performance. I
No,
think
quite. That
the
really
rest
didn't
of his
help, did
life
it?
will be spent in attempted atonement for that, but
Yes.
he'll never, ever shake it off, which I
No.
suppose is funny in its way.
Well, it is. But more ridiculously, I suppose, watching the events of the weekend with growing alarm, and I mean, it wasn't that difficult to predict on Friday that they would end in some form of violence. But basically, the lockdown would appear to be over, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know. I think there is a danger that some excuse will be found to extend and reapply it. And I wouldn't rely on that not happening. I think one hears quite a lot of people saying, now, what about the second wave? Even though Professor Hugh Pennington, the distinguished microbiologist, keeps coming out and saying, well, actually, I don't think there's going to be a second wave. The government's obsessed with the second wave and with the almost meaningless R number, which people worship in
Yes.
a way in which they worship the Great Spirit in the sky. And it doesn't really have any objective existence. So I don't rule out some, given the really peculiar behavior of the government in persisting with this completely insane quarantine scheme, which the Home Office admits privately.
Which is not a quarantine scheme at all.
Anyway, it has absolutely no advantage to anybody, and it will make them look stupid, as well as doing a huge amount of commercial and employment damage and making people miserable. Why? They've been told over and over again, why don't they give it up? It suggests that the government is being run from some underground bunker where they are very, very faintly aware of what's going on. You see, the Sunday Times yesterday reported that when a couple of cabinet ministers, the Chancellor and the Business Secretary, went to tell the Prime Minister that actually quite a lot of jobs were threatened by his policy, he was surprised. and emitted a blasphemous syllable. I just wonder, how much does he know about what's going on in the country which he theoretically governs?
Well, this is the thing, isn't it?
It does make you worry.
Well, I mean, we appear now to be sort of run by some madman, do we not? Where not only do the government follow the science, but the police now follow the kind of community activists who tell them what to do. Because Kit Malthouse was on Julie Hartley-Brewer's show this morning as the minister of the day, saying that let's just hold our breath and see whether in 2 weeks' time we have a second peak. Doesn't strike me as terribly scientific, that.
Well, I know, but following the science is in itself a weird thing to say. Science is in a constant state of dispute, and you have to decide which science that you follow. But I'm interested to see that you've joined me in what I said when we had our first encounter.
Yes. Listen.
The country has in fact gone mad, but it's not just the government that's gone mad. It's large part of the population has done so. I was amused to see as I walked out of Paddington Station this morning, a woman earnestly and vigorously smoking. She pulled down her face muzzle so she could do this.
Right.
I think there must be a future in selling face muzzles with holes in them so people can smoke.
Yes, I've seen
them.
people doing that as well. It really is quite remarkable.
It's like smokers drinking mineral water. You know, they I think they may have missed the point.
Yeah. Well, listen.
We say, and I ask you to say with us, lift up your voices in this great meeting in the heart of England, and to all the world a message: England lives and marches on.